you come to my city. I promise, I'll show you around. This for my city, you know how we on it, they know how we coming. Visit my city, we thank you for coming. We party at night and go home in the morning. Shorty is watching, she know that I'm on her. Got me excited, she know that I want her. Tell me your price, she want me to spoil her. She don't like rappers, she only ballers. This for the city, this for the boroughs. They saying that I'm the Tupac of my borough. We had to get it, we had to hustle. Couldn't just sit and watch our family struggle. See me outside, they know that I'm thorough. Never been weak, it had to be muscle. I'm from a city that nobody trusts. You get money, so even your haters will love you. This for my city, this for my city. This for the town, this for the town. This for the win, this for the win. This for the crown, this for the crown. This for my homies and brothers, they know that I love them. I got them, I'm holding it down. Shorty, you pretty, you come to my city. I promise, I'll show you around. This for my city, this for my city. 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 This for my homies and brothers, they know that I love them. I got them, I'm holding it down. Shorty, you pretty, you come to my city. I promise, I'll show you around. This for my city, this for my city. This for the that live in my city. This is for Ricky. Soon as you step in the city, you notice who reppin' the city. Stay in my city, never do play with my city.
I'm Brian Anderson with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill. Allie LaForce will be reporting from the sidelines. Up top, Hero. Pass to Ware. Wiggins outside.
I got him.
These teams like to get into the half-court stand. They like to play at their pace.
Yeah, and there's not many. Teams like that anymore, but it's all about the details and execution for these teams to maximize their possessions.
Oh, sweet move. And out of bounds, the Heat will take it. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. I caught up with the Bucks head coach. Right away, he acknowledged they're facing one of the best defensive players in the league in Bam Adebayo. He told me Bam can do it all. He can protect the rim, he can defend in isolation, he can rebound. So we have to keep our composure, be aware of his presence, and not let him dictate what we do. All right, let's send it back to you guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. And here's Milwaukee now. Miami making their last shot. Back to Lopez. Beyond the arc. Rebound Miami.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut.
Here's Lillard. The Heat making their last shot. Antetokounmpo, right side. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Lillard. And stolen by Adebayo. Ball's going up the court. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Now here's Wiggins. Pass to Adebayo. Here's Ware. Hero on the wing. Who is stolen by Lillard. On the break. Here's Antetokounmpo. Second chance effort. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Prince. 4 on the clock. And he lobs it up top. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Miami leading by 6. Wow, potent offense. It's been fun to watch.
Just aggressive and effective, taking it right to the defense. They're really settling into a nice rhythm now, starting to gain the upper hand.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
And here's Milwaukee now. Still without a basket in the game. Inside to get back on track. Antetokounmpo. And so the ball out of bounds. Antetokounmpo touched it last. Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it. And early on, they've been on a tear, just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Now here's Lillard. Shakes him. And it's Antetokounmpo with the miss.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
Beyond belief. I mean, such a creative talent. And I'm not surprised to see Giannis get flashy on the finish.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Now here's Adebayo. No made baskets yet. Six to shoot. Hero for three. Rebounded by the Bucks. 34 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Lopez. On the wing, Kuzma. And he buries his first look.
Nice offense here. Close in. Great bet to go.
Here's Hero. Got it. Makes him 4 for 6 from the floor.
You're busting his way inside. Hero making sure he kept moving toward the hoop.
Ooh, Giannis dunks it home.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
That doesn't go either for Hero. And so it's Miami closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. The hustle they've shown on defense has been 13. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on Miami so far?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
And your first NBA coaching job was with the Miami Heat stand. That was as an assistant back in the 90s, just a few years ago.
Yeah, just a few, Brian. And the Heat have changed a lot. The game has changed a lot over those years. Look, back then, the Heat were probably the most physical team in the NBA, and it was just knockdown, drag-out fights all the time.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Kyle Kuzma the last few seasons has been pushing his scoring over 20 points per game. He said, I'm showing the league that I'm not just a role player. Having a leadership position and getting better every single game, that's what I care about. I want to keep elevating. Brian, high hopes.
Just the 27th pick back in 2017. He's having a dynamite career. That'll be a 5-second call.
When you're trying to cut into a lead, you can't afford that kind of mistake.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
Miami leading by 9. Here's Rozier. There's the drive. And a missed layup. Here's Lillard. And he drew the blocking foul. So he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First one falls for him. Well, Grant, there are few players in the league who can attack a defense from the logo, but Lillard is one of them.
Yeah, and he makes it look so easy. You have to pick him up at the half-court line, and it's been that way for about a decade.
Back to Love. And the layup is good.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
It's Portis, high post. Lillard, right side. Oh, great work by Lillard in the paint.
It doesn't matter where he is on the floor. Lillard is a walking bucket.
Outside Love. Pass to Rozier. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now.
Wow, missed opportunity from point-blank range. You got to make those.
To the inside. Johnson with a bucket.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Lillard with the ball. Now guarded by Rozier. Pass to Kuzma. Oh, misses the dunk. Heat leading by 11. Here's Highsmith. Pure from three-point range. Highsmith's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Portis. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the three ball.
Outside for Love. Outside Burks. The three. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 in this game. And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, BA. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
Here's Lillard. Good on the baseline, Jay. Lillard's got 6 here in the quarter.
What's incredible, he doesn't need much space to let it fly. Lillard's shooting touch does wonders for his team's spacing.
A minute 31 left in the second quarter. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for the 8 seconds.
When you're trying to cut into a lead, you can't afford that kind of mistake.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff. Oh! Wow!
Yeah, what a creative dunker Wiggins is. It's really fun watching him rise up and finish with power.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds in time.
When you're trying to cut into a lead, you can't afford that kind of mistake.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
And that's the scoring threat of Wiggins. The defense, too jumpy.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Miami.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, and they got called for a 5-second violation.
When you're trying to cut into a lead, you can't afford that kind of mistake.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
Off the inbound. Well, Grant, the Miami Heat are as professionally run as any franchise in this league.
Yeah, and certain numbers point to that. They minimize turnovers, they don't commit cheap fouls, and they hit their free throws. So, in other words, they don't give anything away.
"59 seconds left to play in the second quarter. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. Heat leading by 13. And here is Burks. No points yet. Outside Robinson. Adebayo from long range. It's hauled in by Portis.
First personal foul. 13 foul.
That'll be a 5-second call.
When you're trying to cut into a lead, you can't afford that kind of mistake.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. And the technical free throw is good. And one thing's for sure, when Duncan Robinson is on the court, he has the greenest of green lights, Coach.
Yeah, Brian, look, he's one of the most lethal shooters around. He draws intense defensive attention, and then he's added to his game as a passer and as a guy who can take the ball to the basket.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires from the wing. Rebounded by the Bucks. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Taking 2 shots.
No good on that one. And he can't hit the second. Here's Robinson. Yes, and it's Adebayo picking up the assist.
You really have to question the defensive effort on that possession.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds in time. Here's Adebayo. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's the Miami Heat with an impressive 16-point lead heading into the break. They hold a real solid lead right now. Love their approach tonight. We'll be back in a moment. It's drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Stan, you're the son of a coach. Your dad was a great coach at the collegiate level. What was the best advice you ever received from him?
Well, Brian, the one that has always stuck with me is he told me in my first season, if you think you've got all the answers, it's only because you don't know all the questions. And I think that's in everything, not just basketball.
Outside Burks. Pass to Hero. This one for 3. Ooh, making his presence felt here. He's now 6 for 9 in this game.
Smooth shot by Hero. Notice how he doesn't rush himself.
That'll be a 5-second call.
When you're trying to cut into a lead,
Just getting started.